So 1965, wasn't it?
Yep.
And Butch Moore. This guy doesn't look Butch at all.
Butch of the 60s.
Yeah, was Butcher 60s? Was that a popular name in Ireland in the 60s? Butch.
It was a name, but not a movement. It was very, a moddy
Not a
time.
movement.
Hey Eurovoxers, Andy, Laura and David, and we're back for another edition of Eurovision First versus Last, and this time we're doing Ireland.
Tears are mixed through the raindrops, and I feel like I can't stand the pain. Still nobody knows I am crying, 'cause I'm walking the streets in the rain.
So, 1965, and Ireland joined the Eurovision families. Yeah, we're going way back to the 60s. And Ireland's first entry, Butch Moore with Walking the Streets in the Rain. I think I got that title right. And then 2018, Ryan O'Shaughnessy qualified for the Eurovision final with the song Together. But let's go 1965, guys. David, what did you think of Butch's entry?
So, it's obviously expected 1965. It's pretty dated. I see Laura's face. I don't love it, I'll be honest. It's a bit dirgy. It did sound a bit like an old Disney film, maybe. Like, it was kind of a bit jazzy, a bit smooth, but honestly, it's not my thing at all. It was like an old version of Portugal 2017,
Ooh.
which is a bad thing. So,
Laura?
I absolutely love it.
Hey.
I think it's romantic. I think it's classic. I think, it was obviously going to be of that era when you had a live orchestra. And I think it's a really nice representation of that. I think it's a sort of beautiful classical ballad that of what you were going to get submitted at the time was kind of the absolute cream of the crop of it. Like, you can't expect a banging dance number from 1965 of what you were going to get in that year. I think it's really lovely. I really like it.
I mean, we're going to 1965. We didn't grow up with this music at all, but I can appreciate some of it. I really like the introduction to this song, and it's hearing songs like this that make me miss the orchestra at Eurovision. Yeah. And David,
I prefer the instrument. I do prefer the instrument to his voice.
Well, I'm going to go with another. For me, it sounds more like something you'd imagine like in a James Bond movie, like kind of when he's with a beautiful woman on a beach. I don't know if anyone else gets that.
I get that. Yeah.
Kind of comparison, but it's a very 60s sounding song. It's probably very modern sounding of that time, and it was a beautiful performance. I didn't love it though, I have to be honest, but I can appreciate it for what it is. And obviously you can see how much Ireland has come on over the years when we go to 2018 and Ryan O'Shaughnessy. Laura, your thoughts on that one?
I don't love it. I think it's a very, very sweet and understated, but for me, it's too understated. It's a very sort of pleasant song. I have to say, I think it was a surprise qualifier for everybody. And I have to say, personally, I would attribute a lot of the qualification to the way they staged it rather than to the song itself. I mean, I have no objections to it. I just don't think that it sort of had any impact, really, for me.
David, it's come to you.
So I have to completely disagree with everything you just said. So you can ask any of my friends. Yeah, I won't throw a fist, it's fine. But you can ask any of my friends, and literally, when it first got released, I said, this is going to qualify. And I just had such a gut feeling that I wish I put a bet on it. But for me, it was the music video, obviously, was so great. And I think them staging the whole stage based off of that was, as you said, it probably was the most fundamental part of the reason it did well. But it just made it really magical and almost quite emotional. Like I watched it obviously live in the arena as well, and every time I saw it like I got goosebumps. And I generally like almost cried about 5 times. So I don't apologise for being a mess. But for me, honestly, it became one of my favourites when I saw it and like just how it's staged, and I feel like they really put a lot of thought into it, and it was really just beautiful the way the whole thing, like the whole package. So I love it.
I feel like I went on a bit of a journey with Ireland this year. I remember when I first heard the song, I thought, oh, it's another, another young guy with a ballad. Watched the video, loved the video to the song. It's something different, kind of thinking, oh, how are they going to translate the video onto the stage in Lisbon? Forgot about the song again, I'll be honest. It was never up there in my top. I never listened to it really before Lisbon. Got to Lisbon, saw it rehearsed. Loved the fact that they brought the video into the staging. And I think it worked really well. And, I was cheering when Ireland qualified because I feel they really deserved it with that song. But David, you might have seen it coming, but I think a lot of people didn't see it coming this year. And unfortunately, they didn't get a great result on the night in the final. I can't remember where they came, but I'm sure it was... Was it 15th? Was it that high?
Yeah. But then they were they were in the top 5 in the betting odds, weren't they? So
yeah,
I guess
but they only went to top 5 after they'd qualified. Before the semi-finals, they were not high at all.
Yeah.
Very true.
But the song, I'll be honest, I don't listen to the song now. The song didn't grab me. I think it was more Ryan himself that grabbed me. That sounds really wrong. But
you wish.
Yeah. Big fan of Ryan. Love the staging. Happy that they qualified. But again, the song didn't kind of set me on fire. But guys, if we have to choose between first versus last, Dave, I'm going to come to you first.
Can you guess? I'm going to have to go for last.
Going for last, Laura.
You on?
I'm going for first. I love a classic.
Well, it's all down to me. I hate being in this position, but I think I'm going to have to go last. I'm sorry, Laura. Just really happy to see Ireland qualify this year. Great staging, great singer. So I'm going last. And ultimately, we've gone for Ryan O'Shaughnessy with the song Together. But that's only what we think, guys. Don't forget to let us know what you think in the comments down there. Would you go 1965 and Butch with his song about walking in the rain? Or are you going 2018 with Ryan O'Shaughnessy and Together? Don't forget to let us know. Also, don't forget to follow us on social media, Facebook, Instagram and Twitter. And until next time, see ya.
Bye-bye.